Hi, it's Erin. It is VEDA day 9. I'm running a day behind on these vlogs right now. I'm trying to get caught up. It's kind of hard to film and then edit and then get everything up on the same day. But, you know, I'm trying to do that. I know most people vlog the day before and then they edit and everything and they put it up the next day, which I could see why that would be a whole lot easier. But I feel like with VEDA, since you're supposed to be vlogging every day in April, it should be something where it's posted every day, because I'm going to get to the 30th and then it's not going to post until May 1st, and then that's not really VEDA anymore, is it? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't have to stick to it that much, but I'm trying to get to the point where I'm filming during the day and then editing and then posting at night. But it's just like, it's not working out like that just yet, but I'll get there. I'll get there. But anyway, I feel like sometimes as an Uber driver, I'm like this anonymous person that they can, you know, the passengers can talk to about like relationship problems and stuff like that. And I feel like I've always just had that thing where like strangers would just tell me stuff out of the blue. Like they would just not know me from Adam and just tell me stuff. Like back when I was a smoker and when I used to work at this job kind of close to the city, I was outside taking a smoke break and nobody was out there but me, and this guy walked up to me and asked me if he could bum a cigarette. So I gave it to him and he was like, well, I really need this cigarette, thank you. I just got out of jail today and I, you know, just called my girl and she told me that I can't come home. And I'm like, you know, like, this is awful. Why are you telling me this? I don't know you, but that's really awful. But we ended up just sitting there talking for a couple of minutes, and, you know, he was like, oh, I'm really glad that I talked to you. And I was like, oh, well, you know, thank you. I'm glad that we had a chance to talk too, because, you know, sometimes things just happen and people just need somebody to talk to. And I don't know, it's just weird. I mean, things like that happen to me all the time. And then I had this passenger. Of course, this was like a week or two ago. I had this passenger who got in the car from just getting her hair done, and you know, so she was bouncing around, swinging her hair back and forth, and, you know, feeling good about herself. So I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, she's really feeling confident about her little haircut. And so she was on the phone at first, and then she got off the phone and she started talking to me. And she was like, yeah, I wasn't sure about this color. I don't usually do this type of color. Usually I'm, you know, like a little bit darker, but I decided to do auburn. And I was like, well, it looks really pretty on you. It's a really nice color. She was like, well, what made you decide to go blonde? And, you know, I told her that the original plan was for me and my daughter to dye our hair pink and purple. I think she's doing pink and I'm doing purple. Yeah, that's what it is. She's doing pink, I'm doing purple. So we wanted to color our hair blonde first. We still haven't done the pink and purple, obviously. We're both still stuck at blonde, and right now we need to touch up our roots before we do that, but that's a different story. But we have like all the dye to do the pink and the purple, but we just haven't done it yet. But in any case, we were talking about that, and she was like, well, it looks really cute on you. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she was like, yeah, my hairdresser was saying that everybody should go blonde at least once in their life. And I was like, you know what, I've never heard that before, but I think that's true. You know, it's fun, it's different to do blonde, especially, you know, since my hair is dark brown, almost black, and my daughter's hair is even darker than mine. You know, it's nice to do something drastically different. And she was like, yeah, you know, I decided to do something different with my hair too. I really hope that my ex-boyfriend likes it. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, yeah, we keep going on again and off again. And, you know, I just feel like we work better as a team. And I think we're gonna get back together, hopefully. You know, but like I keep breaking up with him and he keeps breaking up with me. I don't know, what do you think I should do? And I was like, I don't know what you should do. I was like, well, I mean, it really depends on why you guys keep breaking up. You know, I don't know if I can tell you what you should do. And she was like, well, I just feel like sometimes he's just really like bratty because he grew up in a rich family, and sometimes he's kind of verbally abusive. And I was like, oh, well, like maybe you should have led with that he's verbally abusive, because that's, you know, that's kind of hard to deal with, and that's something that usually people need to get help with if they're going to stop behaving that way, because, you know, you don't want him to talk to you any kind of way and, you know, make you feel less confident about yourself or whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's really true, because, you know, I really enjoy spending time with him, but sometimes he's like just acts like such an asshole. And I was like, yeah, I've been there. So we just talked for a little while. I don't know, you know, obviously what happened with that, but hopefully everything worked out for her. But, you know, I mean, I feel like people just tell me things all the time, and then sometimes, you know, other taxi cab confessions. That's what I feel like it is, like taxi cab confessions. Did I watch that show, or did I just... I don't think I ever actually watched that show, but I knew what it was. That's what this feels like. It feels like Uber confessions. So, I picked up these two guys one time, and they were like young, like early 20s. And they both sat in the back, and they had to run to the gas station to get something. And so one guy went inside the gas station, the other one stayed in the car. And he was like, let me ask you something. Would you ever just leave a guy on red? And I was like, what? Like, no, not usually. And he was like, okay, so you wouldn't just like let a guy text you and you know, you just start talking to him and you talk to each other all morning, and then all of a sudden you just leave him on red and then you don't respond for like hours. And I was like, I mean, you know, sometimes that happens, you know, sometimes that happens if I'm busy, if I'm driving, you know, it's usually because I'm doing something, not just because I'm trying to be evil. And he was like, yeah, see, I knew it. I knew that girls wouldn't usually leave a guy on red like that. And I was like, well, you know, I mean, I guess it depends on the circumstance. And so then the other guy that he was with got in the car, and he was like, the first guy said, see, I told you that girls don't just leave guys on red. And the other guy was like, oh gosh, here we go. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, this must be some bigger conversation that I became a part of. And so they started talking about this guy's girlfriend who is back at home, and he was in the area for a couple of weeks for work, and they both were. And how he would, you know, text his girlfriend back home and, you know, try to communicate with her as much as he could in the morning, because, you know, they didn't have time to talk to anybody during the day with their jobs. So, you know, he just kind of expected that girl to, you know, be ready to talk to him whenever he had a moment, which, you know, might not have been a realistic thing to think. But, you know, he was just like, yeah, I'm busy all day and I'm in a secure environment, and you know, we can't text or make phone calls or anything like that until we leave the building, until we go to lunch or whatever. And so I was like, well, you know, maybe you can explain that to her so that she can know, like, you're trying to communicate with her. You want to talk with her as often as you can, but there's only set times that you can talk to her. Like you say, okay, I can only talk to you from 8 to 9, and then at 9 o'clock I have to go into work and I can't talk to you again until lunchtime, and then at that time I can talk to you from 12 to 1 or whatever. And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I was like, yeah, just see if you can like kind of make a schedule if you really want to talk to her that bad every day. You know, maybe she just doesn't understand how busy you are. And the other guy was like, see, that's you know, that's all you have to do, that you just talk to the girl and, you know, just let her know that you want to talk to her. See, she knows what she's talking about. And so I'm up here smiling, and the other guy was like, see, I bet you would never leave a guy on red like that. You wouldn't, would you? And he starts flirting and everything, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this guy has no idea. I'm like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't do that. And he was just like flirting and being cute, and they were adorable too. They were, you know, like really cute guys, but you know, like I said, in their early 20s. And so eventually, you know, I just had to be like, look, you know, I am way too old for you. And he was like, yeah, right, I don't believe that. And I was like, no, I am, believe it. And he was like, well, you're not supposed to ask a lady how old they are, but I'm just wondering because I don't think you're too old for me. And I was like, I'm 44. And he was like, no, you're not. Well, that doesn't matter. That's cool. Age is just a number, right? So I was like, yeah, that's true. But anyway, and so luckily we, you know, like pulled up to their destination at this point. And so I was just like, all right, see you around. Have a good one. And that was that. But inside I was like, all right, that's cool, because I've still got it. Erin's still got it. The young ones still like her. I know, I'm so silly, but anyway, I was like, yeah, still got it. I got that MILF money. I'm sorry. I was cringy and embarrassing, and if my kids see that, they will probably disown me. So anyway, I am going to get back to work, and that's it. So thanks for watching my shenanigans and listening to my Uber confessions, and thanks for watching in general, and I hope you guys will subscribe, continue to watch. I really appreciate it, and see you around.